Good morning, CowboysSI.com, and the Fish Report has just learned that the Cowboys feel a steal. They get their man in a trade. It's wide receiver from the Houston Texans, Brandin Cooks, a perennial 1,000-yard receiver and a speedster, a guy who takes the top off of defense. And all the Cowboys give up here is a fifth and a sixth. Thus, the nature of the Cowboys source telling us we think we got a steal. Think back to the October trade deadline of last year when the Cowboys almost pulled off a trade for Brandin Cooks, but at the time, there was a willingness on their part to discuss giving up a second-round pick for Brandin Cooks. They couldn't work out the money with the Texans at the time. This time around, the money is less complicated. We'll get into that more as we go over the course of the day. This almost certainly takes the Cowboys off the front burner on this handful of other big-name guys. You can never say never, and we always CYA ourselves on that sort of thing. To this time, we don't think the Cowboys have ever been in hot pursuit of DeAndre Hopkins, although they are certainly aware of the situation. We do think that the Cowboys were one of the finalists on Odell Beckham Jr., or are one of the finalists on Odell Beckham Jr. I suppose if he wants to come in at a ridiculously low rate, at least what he thinks is ridiculously low, as he's talking about some team having offered him $4 million. And I assume that his $4 million offer might be the best offer he's got. Otherwise, why would you advertise that? Why would you advertise that nobody wants to pay you? But again, I think that's back burner now. Front burner goes to a burner in the wide receiver Brandin Cooks. Often traveled, often traded, often dealt, played for a lot of teams. Some people ask why. The great answer here, he doesn't leave teams and go to other teams because the team that had him doesn't want him. Brandin Cooks gets moved because the team that gets him wants him, and the Cowboys certainly are in that category. Also a leadership, character, locker room guy, people in Houston will tell you. So all good things for the Dallas Cowboys as they follow up the Gilmore trade to help their defense a few days ago with now a Cooks trade to help their offense. Fish out.